like I said, he just said Sims is ready at any moment, which means Sims might be, 100%.
Well, they're rolling with Harburg.
Yeah, of course. You gotta ride with him, but again,
you're not putting Jeff Sims in just to put him in.
No, but that is important to note that he is 100%, ready to go, because again, we saw him come on the field a couple weeks ago and a noticeable limp. So it's nice to know that we have some depth there, at least 2 deep, So that's going to be key, just in case, Harburg, running the ball a ton, in case he gets injured or banged up or anything like that. Now Sims is a go. So that's good. That's good to have that insurance there.
So I'm not necessarily questioning the decision of Heinrich Harburg of being the starter, but I'm somewhat questioning how it can be explained, because if Jeff Sims was the starter and he was the starter until he got hurt, and then Heinrich Harburg came in, and let's make no mistake about it, he's done some nice things, especially on the ground, but he's not exactly set the world on fire and taken over this job.
Right.
And then Jeff Sims is healthy enough to play. So he has not regained or retained his starting position.
Yep.
Ball control.
Yep.
I mean, you go with the guy that's taking care of the ball, and Heinrich Harburg's won 3 out of the last 4 starts. So,
but then on top of that too, Sims has got to, he's going to eventually have to get out there and prove that he can, have ball control. So, again, if that's, a lot of that's mental, I think, just dropping the snaps and stuff like that. So maybe if he's kind of had that mental reset and stuff like that, who knows? But to Mark's point, I kind of see what he's saying, where, Sims was the guy, and Rule said that if he was 100%, he would have been the guy going forward. So I think this goes back to what I said, a few weeks back, was Harburg, once he built up those few wins and the camaraderie with the team, he probably has to be the guy going forward, because he gives us the best chance to win, as far as just, especially with the turnover at the wide receiver room and stuff like that. He's already got those reps with those guys on the field. So I think that's important going forward.
We're creating a quarterback controversy here right now. I mean, yeah, you're going with the guy that's winning you games right now and running the show. I mean, the players and all the coaches, they trust both of them.
I'm not questioning the decision.
Right.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily agree with that statement. I don't think they trust Jeff Sims. I wouldn't trust him.
No, I don't think. No. That's what we said. Because Heinrich Harburg's taking care of the ball. And
I don't question the decision.
Games.
No, I'm not questioning the decision, but at no point did Matt Rule say that Jeff Sims lost his job, or that Heinrich Harburg was the starter.
Right.
He said quite the opposite, actually.
Jeff Sims still is a single-digit guy, so he's one of the main leaders of the team. And I mean,
I think that's kind of his point.
Shows you what his character is, that he's willing to let somebody else be the starter without causing problems with it. So, I think right now it's just it's who you feel comfortable with running the team right now. And
Harburg gives the best chance to win right now.
Yeah, and it's not to say that Jeff Sims won't get a few chances here and there. And, just like Justin had mentioned, that Matt Rule mentioned yesterday, that he's not opposed to playing 2 guys.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's the same thing that happens every week. Is who had the best week of practice is who's going to start at any position. So right now, Matt Rule might have made a mistake by saying that we're going with Harburg already. At the beginning of the week, but both players did practice all week last week, fully, and but that's just the way that they want to roll with right now.
Yep,
gives them the most confidence in winning. So
exactly,
I don't see any big debate about it. Nobody else is debating it around here. So
yeah, well, and he kind of stated another thing. He said he's not really worried about.
You can't turn the ball over. You're not going to play if you turn the ball over.
I totally understand. That's not my point. Yeah. And never mind me doesn't understand my point. either. I'm not saying he's making a bad move.
No,
I would make the same move. I'm just saying that
Well,
he was able to kind of navigate the media and never say that there's been a change at starting quarterback.
exactly. And I see your point, because like he was, as far as we had heard when Harburg was first the guy, he was very much kind of saying that Sims, like even after the fumbles, was saying that if he was 100%, he would have been the starting quarterback. So it's more so, I think, like what Mark's saying is the verbiage, that he used doesn't fit kind of the decision making right now. So
yeah,
is that kind of your point, Mark?
He made a change at quarterback without telling us that he made a change at quarterback.
Yeah.
With what he did.
Yeah, he was basically telling us,
injury, right?
He was basically telling us it's
no,
up
not
in the
due
air.
to injury. Jeff Sims is ready to play, and he's not starting at quarterback this week.
Well, I know, but
therefore he got benched.
He originally lost his starting job due to injury.
Yes, but now,
it's still lost.
Now he's lost it based on performance because he's not starting this week, and he's 100% ready to go.
Guy that replaced him.
Yeah, but even then, he was still out playing him, and each week Matt Rule was kind of still not committing to him.
Never has.
When Sims, and that's kind of what Mark is saying, I believe, is just he never really came out and said that. He kind of kept it, very vague, but clearly, now he's made the decision. So it's almost like, Sims lost his job, but over the course of the few weeks, we were expecting Sims to, when he was 100%, just by the way he was talking, to maybe be the starter. So,
I mean, you got two quarterbacks at your disposal that
we get that
pretty much the mirror image and can do the same things. So, I mean, you play who's got the hot hand right now, basically.
Yeah, we get that. Yeah, that's no doubt for sure.
Or you don't play the guy that's turning the ball over.
That's also true. Yeah, because Sims still has the higher ceiling for sure, but also a lower floor. So it's and like Rule said yesterday, he's not really focused on the big picture right now. I think he's just one game at a time and just trying to win the next game. So
always one game at a time. He gets upset if you try to look forward.
Yeah, exactly. He said that's kind of been the problem in the past. Was that, so outside of the black shirts being presented, that was the big noteworthy thing, was just the quarterback officially being announced. So, and then, the rest of it was just kind of, Luke Reimer coming back again, another keynote, because he's a leader of that defense. So,
who got their black shirts?
Phelan Sanford, I know for sure. Why is there a bug flying around my face? Phelan Sanford for sure. I can reference back to one I saw earlier, but I'll have to look that back up. 1 second.
TJ Singleton got one.
Singleton got one?
I think I've got it here.
That's it.
Oh, there was 3 of them.
Yes, we've got Jamari Butler.
Oh, Jamari Butler. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Nick Heinrich.
If you're going to get... Well, Henrik already had one, but he got it back because he's...
Okay.
So it was the other 3. Sanford...
There's 12 total, so it's not like a big deal. Phelan Sanford was the big deal because he, a former walk-on.
That was the big one for sure.
But I mean, you get them because you're in the starting lineup basically. So guys get hurt. They didn't take away Luke Reimer's, because of injury, but basically, they're upholding the tradition of being the starting unit. And so if you're in the starting unit for that particular week, you get a black shirt. So
and
not that big of a deal.
But fans really like to know who's got them and who doesn't, because it's such a big part of the culture in Nebraska football, So it's noteworthy still.
Not really.
Well, the fans do care, because I saw a lot of them posting it too. So
the fans.
We're here for the people.
I will plead ignorance and say I
viewer.
don't know if it matters, but I do know that people across the country obviously know that Nebraska black shirts. So I'm assuming it means something if you've got a black shirt.
And it's very important to them too.
They're supposed to be the top defensive unit in the country, which they haven't been for a while.
Well, I mean, you can look at it negative Nancy all you want. I mean, according to Greg, we don't need to talk about anything.